an acceptable level to our owners. The second thing we're here to do today is to find out whether or not we'll hold an auction. Now, we'll hold an auction should I see further bidding over and above that pre-auction offer level. If I don't see further bidding today, I simply knock the property down to the initiator of the pre-auction offer and the property will be sold at that level. Now, I'd like to firstly acknowledge our sellers, thank them for their ease of access, for their presentation, but first and foremost for their choice in agency. We appreciate there is choice out there in the marketplace, and we thank and acknowledge them for choosing to work with the great team here at Harcourts Gold. Now, a number of our Harcourts Gold team are here to assist you should you need it this afternoon. Margaret Danza, our manager from our Redwood office just up the road, she's here to help guide and assist you should you need it. I've got Rebecca Johansson alongside me to scribe any bids that we receive here today, and also Alana Cosgrove. Now, she drives all of our technology that we see up on the screen today, and we also beam out through our website and via our YouTube channel. Now, on a normal auction day, we might expect to see in excess of 50 people tuning in. So for anyone joining us here this afternoon, keeping an eye on the marketplace, a very good afternoon to you as well. Now, I know the team at Harcourts Gold, they will have made all the documentation for today's proceedings available to you, the LIM, the title, and the contract from which we work from. Now, that's been approved by the Real Estate Institute of New Zealand and the Auckland District Law Society. As to that contract I take you now, there are, of course, a few rules and regulations that we must adhere to. That won't surprise you. Now, the rules are a little bit different here today, given the fact that this is a brought forward auction as opposed to perhaps a more traditional auction that you might be accustomed to. So let me just explain some of the key differences and the key rules. Effectively, because our owners have accepted a pre-auction offer at an acceptable level to them, that becomes our reserve price. So we are on the market and selling from the point that I mentioned that number in just a few minutes' time. Now, accordingly, I will not be placing any bids on behalf of my owner. No vendor bids will be in play, normally my right as the auctioneer. As the auctioneer, I may give some suggestions in terms of the increment by which any bids raised. I can refuse a bid if I deem it not to be in the best interests of our owners. And if a dispute arises with any bidding, well, I'll certainly sort that out. We'll just revert to the last undisputed bid and then recommence the bidding sequence from there. Now, at the conclusion of the auction, that is always nominated by the hammer coming down to the rostrum. Should it fall in your favour, congratulations, you will be the successful purchaser. Before you complete or start those celebrations, I should say, I will ask you to complete a few very, very simple obligations for us. Firstly, get you to sign the paperwork, and in doing so, you're acknowledging receipt of the approved REA guide. Secondly, I'll get you to arrange to make a payment of a very neat and precise 10% of the purchase price. And thirdly and finally, I'll get you to complete the GST information, which is outlined in Schedule 1. So folks, very simple, very clean, clear and concise is the auction process here today. Very shortly I'll announce the level of that pre-auction offer level. Should I not see any further bidding, once I welcome that in, as I said before, simply knock the property down to the initiator and the property will be sold at that level. Well, at this point, I welcome in our lead agent, our properties ambassador, Mary Turnbull. Mary, lovely to have you here in the auction room today. I know that you've had a great campaign. Of course, no surprises for a property like this, good quality home, to see that our campaign's been brought forward. So I know you've got our owners on the phone, so good luck to them as well. Mary's been bringing to the property, to the market, I should say, the property here at number 30, Te Whenua Crescent in Marston. This is an estate and freehold, a little more formally described by the legal fraternity. It's 464 very generous square metres of that freehold land. That's lot 1348, deposited plan 475342. Now that's all outlined on the certificate of title that Mary has made readily available to each and every one of you in the last few weeks. The settlement date, that's set down in front of me for Friday the 22nd of November. Oh, I've got a typo here. Do you know what the settlement date is? Have we got that here? Because I just sense a typo here in the July? July. Apologies for that. Okay, so the July the 9th. There we go. July the 9th of this year, unless you have made prior arrangements in writing with our owners of an alternative date, that is the date that you shall be settling on. Your bidding, as I said, is cash and unconditional. Schedule 2 that outlines the list of chattels. They remain as circulated. I won't go through those. You've all seen those. And you bid and you buy on those further terms of sale being clauses 22 through to 24 inclusive. Well, Mary, this really is a real box ticker of a home, isn't it? A family home. I love the fact that it's single level. It's got that post-quake construction as well. And that corner site, that means it's just opened up to just soak in those sun rays as they work their way across the sky of each day. The kitchen, that's a great place to be. I would suggest the heart and soul of the home. That's where you're going to set up your day. Breakfast there is going to be a great place, and it just overlooks the dining and living spaces as well. Now, the additional living space that you have just sort of tucked away and off to the side, that's going to be a beautiful place for perhaps mum and dad or the bosses of the home to just have that nice little separation, that nice place to get away perhaps from the children, just to have that unwind and relaxed time. 4 double bedrooms, they take care of the after hours accommodation, so certainly plenty of space on the bedroom front. When it comes to bathroom, well, there are 2, including the all-important ensuite that you would expect. That means there's going to be very limited queues in the morning for the morning routine. The location, well, I absolutely love this location. I actually personally live relatively close by in this area, and I love the access to the outdoors. You've got the forest on your back doorstep, you've got fantastic golf courses if that's your thing, and it's really not too much further on to the sand and the beach as well. Great cafe with Flax just down the road for your coffee, a great curry house a couple of doors down as well, so there certainly is plenty on offer here. Folks, our owners have received a pre-auction offer at an acceptable level to them at number 30 to Whenua Crescent in Marshlands at a level of $759,500. So $759,500. That's my line in the sand.
Can you hear what that, John? Yeah.
I let you simmer over that for a moment or two. Welcome any further bidding, otherwise I simply knock the property down to my initiators and the property will be sold. First chance at $759 and change. Second opportunity. Offer you finality and happiness. Need to see a bid, third and final. Delighted to announce 30 to Whenua Crescent in Marshland. It goes. It goes. It is sold here. Well done. Well done. Congratulations to our new owners, to our current owners. Thank you for your instructions and the opportunity to represent you in the marketplace as well. Folks, that does wrap up proceedings here this afternoon. Thank you so much for your time and attention here. Enjoy the long weekend, and we will see you next week.